Hey there, Hillary.
Hi, Jenny. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good this Sunday evening. How about yourself?
I'm doing well as well.
Good, good.
So today is Sunday, August 3rd. If you're listening, it is on or after Wednesday, August 6th, 2025. This is season 7, episode 30.
And you're listening to Kissing Lips and Breaking Hearts with the Garden Tarts.
Before we get into this we need to wish the Edge a very happy 64th birthday because
Yeah.
we're not going to be back recording until after he's already 64.
Yes, when he's 64.
Yep.
Happy 64th, the Edge. Oh, I don't. Oh, he's up in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like I don't have any edges. That's his handwriting.
So happy birthday. I hope if you are Edge or no Edge,
Wish him a happy birthday for
wish
us.
him a happy birthday. Yep. Okay, so this episode the subject was suggested by our friend and listener Alice, um, who also has a podcast. So check out her podcast, which is called Rock and Roll Field Trip, and it's very good. Um,
Yes.
but anyways, we were talking just about crazy travel experiences, and she was like, "That needs to be an episode," and I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about some crazy travel, like YouTube travel.
Yes. On our YouTube
Yeah,
adventures. Yes.
yeah, yeah. The funny thing with me is that I love to plan travel. I love to like buy this, new outfits and get them all together and like pack my toiletries and everything. But there is nothing I actually procrastinate more. Maybe sleeping. Aside from that, I
Yeah.
don't procrastinate anything more than packing. I hate packing. I don't mind accumulating, but when it comes to actually putting stuff in the suitcase, I mean, I've gone on international trips for, a week or more at a time, and I'm still packing
Morning of.
right. Yeah, right before I go to the airport, like up to when I
It,
almost never sleep the night
it
before I fly somewhere because of that.
it's pretty much garden tart tradition that within the 12 to 24 hours before your flight leaves, you let us know what percentage you have packed.
Yes.
And it always starts at 0%
Yep.
packed. And then we'll slightly go up to like, as the hours go on, it might be 10%.
Yeah. And then usually it goes from 10% to like 100%. Because
Right.
I don't have any more
Because
time.
you've got it together. You just
Yeah. I
actually,
do have it together. And like I've been in recent years, like my laundry room's downstairs. So I got smart and I bring my suitcase downstairs and put my laundry in
smart.
the suitcase. But it's for some friggin' reason, and what I mostly waste my time doing is don't do this regularly. It's just when I go on a trip, I like fall down some Jimmy Fallon wormhole. And I have to watch every YouTube video that Jimmy Fallon has ever done. Like, I just spend all night watching
Oh
Jimmy
my
Fallon.
gosh.
Okay, well, let's start with tickets. We get the tickets usually in a frantic situation. And
I'll say it's either frantic on pre sale, frantic on sale, or frantic fuck, I'm getting on a airplane and I don't have tickets.
those are the categories. And so has been our tour manager for the last few years and has
Yeah,
done a fabulous
thank you.
job at it. So what's your process in finding hotels?
Well, finding hotels, you want to be especially, well, no matter what, whether you're general admission or not, you want a hotel as close to the venue as possible, walking distance if possible, just because A, if you're general admission going back and forth, B, getting Ubers or rides or anything after shows is a fucking pain in the ass because everyone is trying to get one. But then it also needs to be like, preferably like no black mold, something like that, which you don't always know till you're in the hotel room.
But back when we were younger, that wasn't an issue. We could easily get 8 people, 8 of us in a room. And in those situations, we did tend to have nicer rooms because it was 8 of us and we could pay more. But we
Yes.
also didn't care I didn't care
No,
where I
no.
was.
But yeah, we did tend to stay in pretty nice places when it was
Yeah.
8 of us. And Usually one of us would have a car and there was no problem driving back and forth. And back then, GA lines, you stayed there. Some version of your group needed to stay there the whole time, but people were able to go back and forth. But now with GA lines that you're able to have these check-ins, it's nice to have a nicest place that's within maybe 15, 20 minutes top walking distance to get to and from. Also, you got shit. You got chairs and maybe like
Yeah.
blankets or umbrellas, all this stuff. But what I usually do is I go on either just Google or Expedia and I look for the venue and then I search that area. You can just say, like, search this area for accommodations. So
Yeah.
that's usually where I start.
And it always works out very well.
Yeah, we've been pretty lucky.
So since the rise of digital tickets, this is much easier, but I was staying in San Francisco and going to a concert in Oakland.
Yeah.
And we get out to Oakland, and my concert buddy realized she forgot the tickets in San Francisco. And thankfully, it wasn't GA. Like,
Yeah.
we still had not comfortable time, but we had time. And so we had to go all the way back out, and I thought I was going to kill her. Like, it was, I've never done that before, but I know a few people that have had
We have
those.
yeah, we know another friend who got to the hotel once and she had to drive home and get her tickets.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, but since, you have them on your phone, that's such a
Oh yeah,
oh my god, that makes such a big difference.
such a game changer.
Okay, clothes. That matters so much because I have such a hard time packing for cold weather because we don't generally have cold weather here, and if we do, I'm not outside in it. But when you do a GA and it's cold, that is just the most miserable.
It's miserable, especially because like usually the sun's not up yet
Yeah.
and the sidewalk's cold. And I swear it's always a wind tunnel wherever.
It is because the venues are usually like in cities, and the buildings create that,
Right.
wind. So our best story about that is, I'm sure we've told it before, but we're telling it again. We went to Omaha, Nebraska for a Vertigo show, and we had coordinated for like weeks before.
Oh, we were gonna GA the shit out of that show.
Yeah,
It
but
was gonna
something
be
was.
epic.
Yeah, we have like everything was so planned out, like food and drinks and everything, hand warmers and
And it
everything.
was winter.
Yeah, it was like December, I think.
Yeah, I think you're
What
right.
I think it was
Yeah.
December. And so, but we had been looking at ads for like Walmart and Kmart and stuff. And so when something went on sale, we would let the
You
other
went
know, and we would run to Kmart or Walmart or whatever and get what
yeah.
supplies we needed.
Turns out those things are lies.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Don't trust a sleeping bag from Kmart that says it's gonna go to that it'll keep you warm to like
-20.
no, it does not work. So we gathered all of our crap together and flew. Obviously, we checked our bags, flew to Omaha, and we're like, we're going to be, we're going to have low numbers in the queue and it's going to be great. And we go out and there's no one, there's no queue. Like, there's no one
Yeah.
in line at all, not
And our
one
hotel
person.
was across the street.
Yeah. So we're like, well, let's go out and have a nice dinner and have some drinks. We had a lot of drinks. And when we got back, there were less than 10 people in the queue, and we're like, we're on. So we run back into the hotel, gather our
All our
supplies.
supplies. I think we put hotel pillows like up our shirts trying to sneak
Yeah,
them out.
because we didn't have pillows. So
But
like,
like that was hiding them.
yeah, like right. So and like no
They
one's
were huge.
I'm sure that people do that all the time. But anyway, so we run out there all excited about our tent and our supplies, and we had Baileys and I don't even know.
Yeah.
We get all set up and we're like, okay, we're going to sleep. We're going to sleep all night, and we're going to wake up in the morning and everything's going to be great. And we have this low number and this is going to rock.
Cold. Oh my God.
So
I-
cold. And so then we're woken by this noise. that to me sounded like rain. I thought it was raining, and I had to pee. And I'm like, screw this. Like, we're not going to do this in the rain. We're done. And it also looked like it was daylight
I
outside.
thought we'd made it to daylight. I
Yeah,
thought
we're
we'd
like,
made it.
it's been 12 hours or something
Right.
because it was so bright outside. It was like blinding bright. You could see through the tent how bright it was. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's morning. We like unzipped the tent. It's snow, not rain. And we had only been in there for like 2 hours.
So the tent was covered in snow, and weren't there like news camera lights
Yeah.
shining on the snow, and it made it all bright. Oh my gosh, because they were
And there
like,
was a parking lot there that so we're like we give up. We'll stand in the back. It'll be fine.
we're
This
still
is
drunk.
this is too much. So they have this news guy there that's look at all these loyal fans battling the snow and we're like, throwing crap in our bags like fuck this shit. Like we're done. And so we're like but he's doing this report. I'm sure he had to cut us out. Or maybe he didn't. Maybe the whole world laughed at us before YouTube. I don't know. Anyway, we went back to our hotel and it was like a down comforter and pillow top mattress. And we got in our beds and didn't come out until it was time for the show.
Such a vivid memory of getting in that bed. And I remember like nothing, but I
No, but
remember
that
getting in that bed and just being like,
I've
this is,
never been more comfortable in a bed. I think it was just luxury. It wasn't even, kind of hotel, a Hilton or a Marriott or
yeah,
something.
yeah, it was a rate. It was yeah, it was probably one of those. Yeah.
But it was, I'm just, oh my God. But we were outside, like it was cold, and
I feel
I'm
like
not
we
used
left
to
our
it
boots
cold.
on in the sleeping bags.
I think we did. Yeah, that was
It was
just,
fucking freezing. And I'm used to cold stuff. Hillary shows up to a snowstorm with little knit gloves.
I don't know. We
They're
don't
so
get,
cute.
like, when we get snow, everything shuts down. So I never go out in snow. We don't get snow here. We're
They're
milder.
like, I've got gloves. I'm like, no, you don't.
Yeah,
Those aren't.
I know.
That's just a bunch of holes to put over your.
They don't do anything. Okay, so that's that great story. Let's see, what else? Comfortable shoes. I know we all want to look nice when we go into a show, but no one's gonna see us.
No. And yeah, no one's going to see your shoes.
Even if they do, it's okay. You're at a show. Like you're allowed to be comfortable. And I've learned my lesson the hard way many, many, many times that
Also, running shoes are so fashionable now. And like, whether it's Adidas or Nikes, whatever. And they make such good boots nowadays, too. They're like so functional, comfy, dress for the weather. If it's outside and it's hot, you're going to get hot.
just wear as little as you can and still,
Plan to sweat.
yeah, be high. But you have to do that hydration dance where
Or
you
you're
have to have enough water so you don't die, but not enough so you have to pee during the
right.
show.
It is it is delicately just over the dehydration line,
Yeah.
just barely. But then if you get a bottle of water during the show that you can slip on, then it's like, that's the sweet spot right there.
Yeah. So the other thing is wear your shoes before. Don't get new shoes and then go to a show. Like really wear them in for a very long time. So I've had 3 bad feet incidents. One was, I mean, I had comfortable shoes, but I hadn't worn them very often. And then we ended up being much further away than I thought. It was much more walking than I assumed. And
Yeah.
anyway, I had like my feet like, bled. It was so gross. And then 2 other times. One, which was weird because I don't think we were actually on our. It wasn't like a rough queue or anything, but Detroit for Joshua Tree. I know I wore like well worn,
Yeah.
wore boots, but they were well worn, comfortable boots. But after the show, we went and stayed at Garden Tart Amanda's parents' house. My
Hmm.
feet hurt so bad. I had to stick my feet out from under the covers. Like they hurt so
Yeah.
bad. I don't know why,
Right.
but I mean, it was ridiculous. Like I
Well,
was in so much pain. And then
even
the
the
other
best
time,
laid plans don't work out
yeah.
sometimes.
And the other time was Dublin. I don't even know which night it was, but my feet hurt so bad that I went and soaked my feet in the tub for a little while. I think after you've gone to sleep. But really be kind to your feet because they hold you up.
They literally.
Yeah, yeah,
There's nothing like trying to dance around or walk home after the show and you can't.
yeah.
You can't do it. Yeah.
Um, it's really hard to decide what gear you're gonna bring for a queue because you don't want to have, especially if you're like flying in, like it's hard to have the right amount. I think the best that I ever did was before we went to 360 at Giant Stadium. I went to like the Dollar Tree and bought all kinds of stuff, like those little cushions that you put under your knees, like when you're gardening,
Yeah.
plastic tablecloths. It was not friendly to the environment, and we just threw them all in the trash when we went in.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
But it was we had comfort. Still, that was miserably hot.
That's the other thing. Sunscreen. And
Sunscreen.
if it's going to be sunny, I highly recommend a umbrella that has like a UV lining on the inside because you need some side of shade because otherwise you're going to fry and it's
Yeah. And like
terrible.
this is another thing that if you choose not to wear sunscreen or whatever, your friends are with you. And when you pass out or can't hold yourself up anymore and have to go to the hospital, that affects their experience too. So don't be selfish. I speak from experience.
You do.
Yeah,
Selfish.
I was not selfish.
No, you weren't. You were the
Yeah,
one that were affected by it. Yeah.
yeah. Want to bring your Sharpies because you never know what's going to happen.
Sharpies, if there's something you want signed that you can fit in a pocket or a little purse or something, always have that on hand.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a rogue piece of paper to have with you.
Okay, snacks. I was never good at this, like ever at all, until I guess 2011 360. I got good with that stuff then.
Yeah.
But I think it was also because, like, the three of us with Garden Tart Amanda, we all kind of like scrounged up cute little
Right.
snacks that were lifesavers. Remember
I
those little,
also think at some point venues actually let you bring little bits of food in.
yeah,
And at some point they were pretty strict that you couldn't.
yeah. Well, I had an experience where I had a clear purse Joshua Tree for DC. I go up with my brothers and they decide before we left to play video games and I'm dying. And then there's traffic. And then my brother who said he called the venue to make sure that we could use credit cards was incorrect. And we had to get out of line for parking. We had to get out of line and go get cash and come back.
Oh my gosh.
And I had little granola bars. I had butter granola bars. Stupid idea too. And Fireball in my purse. And we like run in clear purse. We run in. We're going through security, and the guy is like, "In your purse." I'm like, "Oh, I need that for medical reasons." And he's like, "Okay," and let me walk
Fireball.
on.
They can't ask.
And then, but I didn't. I thought that I already hid my Fireball in places, as you do. I did not, but I don't know what I meant the granola bars, not
Right?
the yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But anyway, so that's another thing that we've not always done is drink at shows, but you can do that very easily, cheaply, and safely, and enjoy yourself in moderation.
Side note, when Garnet, Amanda, and I were at Kesha last week, there were people doing little fireball shots.
Oh,
Like they brought little fireballs in.
wow, that's
And we were a little jealous.
yeah. Fan gift, fan gift.
Oh.
This is all you, Jenny.
Yes, yes. It is so much joy to give people presents. I embraced the friendship bracelets of the Swifty world and made all these friendship bracelets with little U2 things on it. And I even got little garden tart charms to put on. I bet you we handed out 200 bracelets or something over the course of that tour, which was a lot for
Wow.
it was a lot of little bracelet making. But the joy it brought. And then when I went out for later shows, other people were handing out bracelets.
Yep.
like it started a little trend that people were handing out stickers and stuff.
Yep.
So if you have, and we've handed out garden tart stickers before, like people love it, just boosts up the fan community.
Yeah.
It's so, so cute. So, if you have little gifts you want to hand out to fans, waiting in line or around you in the arena, it brings a lot of joy.
It's so much joy, and I love that. Thank you for making them, but I love passing them out too, and you never know who's gonna end up with one.
Sometimes they end up with a band number
Heck,
and you have photographic proof, and that's cool.
yeah, that's all we have to say about that.
I
Um,
mean, everything can happen.
yeah, so band T-shirts, if you make them, I approve of this. My personal belief, and this is just me, and you don't have to follow this at all, but I find I don't think I like wearing band merch to the same band's show. I know everyone else in the world does it, but I just feel like, what
I
if you go
used to
there
feel
naked? Or
very strongly about that.
yeah,
I, for some reason, have very strongly against it. Like, you don't.
yeah. Like I feel like you can wear another band's shirt to like a U2 show or something.
Right.
I just don't think you should wear a U2 shirt to a U2 show
Well, and then
unless you made them.
yeah, unless you made them, which I like to do. And then I did start to like seeing vintage shirts. Like, I've got one of those old war muscle shirts, like that Bono wears an under blood red sky. And I don't know, there's something about kind of the cool authenticity of that I was like, okay, that's cool. You were at the original Joshua Tree and now it's this Joshua Tree. I felt like in my heart that was okay. And now I'm like, I don't care.
And the
I
only
just
time,
like if we've swung the other direction.
yeah, do whatever you want to do. Me personally, but there was one time that I had to wear a U2 shirt to
Did
a U2 show was because my brother's cat peed in my suitcase, and I didn't realize it until right before we were leaving to go to the venue. And the only shirt that I had that had been peed on was
like the
a
one you
Joshua
bought the
Tree.
day before.
No, I bought it the tour before,
Okay. Okay.
but it was like a sleeveless Joshua Tree shirt
Mm.
that I got during Joshua Tree 30, and I just wore it like that was going to be my shirt that I wore on the way home from
Right.
the
I
shows.
do love wearing new merch on the plane home.
Yeah. Oh,
And inevitably, there's going to be someone else at your gate,
yeah.
or at least that you see in the airport, who also has new merch on, and that's fun.
Yeah. Clear bags. I don't have a problem with clear bags. I mean, for me, I'm organized because I can see everything that's in my bag. Like you say, oh no, did I bring my lip gloss? And you can just look and see.
Right.
But for Sphere, I got one of those running buddies, those magnetic things,
Yeah.
and that held everything I needed. It was so perfect. I definitely will do that again. That was just a really like hands free and
Yeah, I had a very small fanny pack that just like it just really secured. It didn't bounce or anything, and that was I really like it. Just like my phone and my credit card and my ID. That's all I
yeah.
because I wore all the bracelets, so that worked well.
Jenny did years ago. Jenny did a scrapbook, which was really cool.
I
You did it for
twice. I did one for Pop Mart and one for Elevation. And I mean, this takes you back to the days of like, film and newspapers.
right.
So it would be kind of hard now to I mean, you'd have to print pictures out and but it is so fun to look back through. Like the Pop Mart one I ended up getting most of the band design. So that was super fun. But in the front of both of them, for one show, I always sat pretty far back on each of those tours. And I took a picture of as much of the stadium or the venue and the stage as possible. And then I put like a little X with a line and put the date in the city so I can look back and see where I stood and where I sat for. So even just doing that is tons of fun because especially if you go to a good handful of shows, stuff can starts to blend together. Like, wait, is that the one where we stood here or stood there?
Yeah.
And it's nice to go back and look at that. That's one of my Those are two of my favorite things in those. The elevation one I didn't end up finishing.
Yeah.
I didn't because I just went to too many elevation shows. But I cut out newspaper reviews and like I would get the newspaper the next morning.
That was the one thing that I always did in 97 was every time I went to a show, I got the newspaper from.
Hey, there's a bracelet up there on your screen. Oh, now it's gone.
I should get another one. I'll do something with that. Maybe a necklace for
I
the
need to
edge.
fix my boom cha one because it got all stretched out.
Okay, flying versus driving. I'm totally, I don't know, because I've only been to 3 shows that I could drive to that I slept in my own bed. And one was the first show I saw for ZTV. And then another was I didn't queue for it. And when I lived in North Carolina. And then there was one in Charlottesville, which I did queue, but it wasn't hot. And I think I brought bags of snacks, but I didn't really like hardcore queue. But so I don't know. You've got to answer that about how to pack a car. I know it's to fly, you just gotta it depends on what your situation is. Cause like when we went to Vegas, I felt like those were you checked your bag on the second trip, right?
I think so. As long as I had a direct flight
Yeah.
or if I had to, yeah, because I was there longer and I really needed to. And I think I don't think, yeah, we didn't have a direct flight going out.
Yeah.
But one thing I do have that I always forget to pack, but I said people do is I have a pretty small chair. It just fits in a little bag and then you got to put it all together. That's a good thing to have.
Jenny also used to have a table that came in her car. She just was included in the car.
That in my Honda CRV,
Yeah. That was
the
that.
back of the way back for the table. It came very handy. If you are driving, plan on bringing if you have them chairs for everyone, a wagon. Bring a wagon or buy a cheap one. You're gonna want it. Get like a pack of bottled waters, get snacks. I would bring umbrellas and blankets and just absolutely get like some disposable ponchos. You just never know. If you are driving, plan on helping to support your entire group with stuff and plan for the inevitable, like the what all weather. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you to all who have done that for me. Okay, suitcase. So, we don't have people carrying our luggage. So you just have to be really efficient with that stuff. And I have, you know, gone to musical journeys where I've definitely had overpacked and I brought too much in my suitcase, and that's just miserable. I did like right before Pop Mart started, I went to J.C. Penney's and I got a really nice suitcase. Like it wasn't cheap, it was a really good suitcase. And I went to 15 shows or something like that between April and December. And that crap broke so bad. And like by the last show when I flew home after the last show I went to, which was Seattle, uh,
Yeah.
in December, I was in the parking garage and I would just kick my suitcase down the stairs. Like it was just broken.
Yeah.
I had a friendly drummer and his security man helped me like pick it up a couple times in the
Yeah.
Atlanta airport because it's awful.
Yeah. I like to get luggage at like TJ Maxx and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you kind of, I mean, I don't know if they're defective or not, but in general, you also can get ones that are fun colors, so they're easy to find. I have a
Yeah.
polka dot one that I've never seen anywhere else that has been really great.
And also another thing that I tend to do is, especially if it's a tour year and I know I'm gonna have a lot of traveling to do, I have like a little bag that I put my toiletries and everything in, and I just leave it in my suitcase. When I get home from a trip, I don't take it out. I leave that stuff,
And
and
it's all extras, yeah.
it's just less stuff you have to pack.
You know what else you need to pack for the GA line is batteries for your external batteries for your phones.
Yeah. Unless you get
Unless
that,
you're an MS.
there's this one spot at MSG. I don't think they do. I don't think they have lines go that way anymore, but it used
No,
to be.
no, I don't think so
And there
either.
was an electrical socket, and I just plugged my shit in, and it was charging all day.
Crazy.
I don't know. I don't know. It was there. Okay. Okay. So I went to. Oh, I don't even know how the heck I packed for this, but I mean, you did this a similar you did similar things for Elevation, but I went to like 7 shows in 10 days or something for Pop Mart,
Yeah,
and that was rough. And I have no idea. Like I have no memory of. I remember the suitcase, but I don't remember packing. But we didn't queue. So like we actually like looked nice
right,
for
right.
shows. Like it wasn't hard to do. Okay. Also, it's good to have a friend that carries a big purse. Because then you can put your shit in their purse. Thank you for all the people who let me do that
Yes,
over here.
you who miss never, well, except now it needs to be a big clear bag.
Yeah.
The clear bags, here's a fun tip. If you are GAing with a child or a very short friend, they can stand on one of those collapsible stools. And there is a clear bag big enough, it's like square, that those you could fit two of those in there. I did that for
Jenny
my
was
kids.
good for Josh Retreat when she took her
Yeah.
kids.
And I saw people further back in the GA that did it too. It was a woman who was probably 5 foot or shorter. And also before the show, when everyone sits on the ground, they were using it as a little table for food. They were playing car, like perfection.
That's another thing. As soon as you can sit down because you're going to be standing for so long.
Oh, yeah.
Sit when you can sit.
Get your space, be big.
Okay, so I have had how many? I've had several shows that I went to and I did not have tickets. And I still went to the city and luckily got tickets. The thing that made this whole subject come up was arriving on show day. Like if you in the times that, I mean it's a few times that I couldn't travel except for the show days. So
Right.
one of those times was Boston for I&E, and I went to work that day and drove to the airport and then got to Boston and had to go directly to the arena. So how do you pack for that? I boxed like a couple outfits and my toiletries and medicine and my contacts and another little bag, and I sent it to my friend who was driving there, and she got my bag.
Oh,
And so when
smart.
she was at the hotel like that morning, and when I got there, my box was there and I had all my luggage. So I mean, I went to that show with
Did you get on the plane with just your clear bag?
I didn't even it wasn't a clear bag even.
It's like a small clutch or
It was
something.
just a little teeny crossbody. That's all I had. Like I had my phone
You
and
must
I
look like
had
a lunatic getting on the
I
plane.
know, I know, right? Like, but I also felt like, what am I'm missing
Well, they
something.
didn't know. They could have you could have checked your luggage or
Yeah.
whatever. But
Um, but that was crazy. And I did not have a ticket for that show,
yeah.
which it worked out because one of our friends who was in our group got a text message from another friend who said their tickets dropped, and we all just ran as fast as we could to the box office, and I got a ticket. And then like 10 minutes later, I had so many messages from other friends who had
Yeah.
just heard that tickets dropped. Like they weren't even
Aw.
at the show, they were other places. And I was like, I have my ticket already. Like,
Yeah.
which that was totally insane. Like,
Looking out for each other. Well,
yeah,
and
it was so
also,
nice.
yeah, now just kind of depending on what you're willing to spend with things like StubHub and Ticketmaster resale, like you can always, there's always a way in. Just depends on your financial
Yeah.
situation.
The other time I flew in the day of a show was for an MSG show, also for I&E. And that's a funny story. Let's not tell it, but that was a funny story.
That was a great story.
It it worked out very
Yeah.
well. You had no problem. I'm always thinking of little things that would be helpful for travel. So like, I don't know, little samples and stuff. Like I have a drawer that's predominantly
You
travels.
bring little sample goodie bags
And I also make
for
goodie
your
bags for my
travel
friend.
companions.
I am going on a mini musical journey, this very mini musical journey this month. And so maybe I'll make some posts about,
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going for a night, but maybe I'll make some posts about
Simple
what I bring.
packing. Yeah.
Maybe I'll have, little presents but anyway, I get so excited about traveling and it sucks that I procrastinate, but I get so excited about all the little plans and
All the journeys are so exciting.
yeah,
I something I don't recommend
please.
is leaving a show and driving straight to the next city overnight. So I've done that twice. You were with me once. The one time we did it during Elevation, a friend and I did it from Vegas to Los Angeles. Like, so we GA'd all that day. We were like exhausted from the show. We got in our car. It's what, 2.5, 3 hours maybe? I'm not quite sure. It's
I don't
not,
know.
it's not a
I've
huge,
driven it too, but I don't remember.
but it's very dark.
Yeah.
Like it is 2-lane road through the desert with no lights. And we I honestly believe we're lucky to be alive
Yeah.
because we've been tired,
Yeah. Oh,
very
this
tired.
the second time, this was like one of those things that I wanted to talk about and I didn't write it down anywhere,
No, it
which
was your idea, this part.
it
Yeah.
was. So I went to 3 shows during Elevation, Atlanta, Tampa, Miami. They were 3 shows in 3 days in 3 different cities. So every show I
Crazy.
went to was, and we didn't queue for any of them, I don't think.
I
I
don't,
didn't queue for, no, we didn't queue for any
yeah, I
of
don't
them.
remember.
We just like floated.
Yeah, because we were getting in the heart and stuff.
Yeah. So we didn't queue, but those are scary trips because like, what if your flight's delayed or, that's just one of my biggest fears and why I generally try to build a day in so I'm not flying on a show day. But for this trip, you had no choice. If you wanted to go to those last 3 shows, they were 3 shows in 3 days in 3 different cities, which to me,
The band never
uh,
would never do that
that's
again.
that's unheard of. But they never did that in on any other tour since
Oh yeah,
I've been
no.
doing this.
Yeah.
It was nuts that, and they were the last 3 shows. It was nuts. Anyway, checking with
So it was you and me and the same friend that I drove to LA with from Vegas. Yeah. Yeah. And we had,
I went to Atlanta by myself, or I went with a different group of friends,
right, but
and
this
then I went to
driving from, did we drive from Tampa to Miami or Miami to Tampa?
Tampa to Miami.
Tampa to Miami. And we had a convertible. It was a cool Florida night. Hillary's in the back seat, tucked up in a sleeping bag,
Which
just
I guess I packed. I have no idea where that came
just
from.
sleeping the night away. Like she woke up all wet because there was dew everywhere. And this other friend and I, we drove the convertible. This, for some reason, I don't remember this drive being scary. We were so tired driving to LA. It was incredible. It was, do not recommend. Like, this is when they say pull. I mean, there was nowhere to pull over to. Like,
Right.
this is like this is where you go to die when you pull your car over in the middle of the desert with no lights, right?
Right.
This is like crime junkie scenarios. But we drove, and one of the, I just remembered that worked out fine. But one of the things that pissed me off was, I mean, now it's haha, but it was not so haha in the moment. Was somehow I had I lost her number, which kills me. But I had the phone number of a member that flew with the band, and I happened to call her. I don't know if she said like, "Let me know when you're on the road." Like there was some reason to call her, and she was like, "Oh, you're driving? We just landed." I was like, "Fuck!" We're like
And
three
we were like
hours.
barely out of the
Why didn't you give
stadium.
us a ride?
I know. We're going to the same place. I don't ever understand this. You
Yeah,
know we're going to the same place.
right?
Yeah.
We're driving in the middle of the night and you're just like, boop.
And that so for that trip, I mean, there have been a few times where it's been like that, where there's no excuse why. Like, you knew we were going, but the shows that I did for Potluck, this one length of time, I did 2 shows in Oakland, a show in LA, and then a show in Wisconsin, and 3 shows in Chicago. And that's ridiculous. Like, just the oh my god, that was just nuts. And I flew a couple red eyes that are just miserable.
Yeah.
But I would just remember showing up at a couple shows and someone from the band or the crew or whatever were like, how did you were just in LA or whatever? I'm like, we're
It's
all
so
going to
you.
this, right. We're all going to the same place. Like, come on, come on.
I wish I had this. If I remember, I'll look for it, find it. But it was during Elevation, so it was 2001, and that was like the first year that the band like would like hub in one hotel, like one city, and then fly out to a few cities. So instead of moving every night or every 2 nights, they're moving every like 2 weeks or something. And they hubbed in Cleveland one once, and then they came to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and that was amazing, best day of my life. And I was t I was, talking with my dad about it over email, and he's like, "Aren't you all just going to Pittsburgh together?" And so I have this email from him, and it's some quirky dad way of like diplomatic ways of asking for a ride. I forget. It's like it's so my dad. I wish it would be really pertinent, right? And it'd be really cute right now. But that was when I have a whole file folder of emails from my old work email, from my Rock On work email of stuff I just didn't want to lose. And because when I left there, I didn't want to have access to it. So I have a handful of those. It's very cute.
That's really funny.
Yeah. But he was like, here's some ways to ask for a ride.
They don't get it. And I mean, yeah, it's not easy to travel
No,
for anybody, but
when you
when
don't
you
have
have
your own plane.
your own plane, you can't be late and someone's carrying your luggage.
I mean, Cleveland to Pittsburgh, it's not even a 2 hour drive.
Right.
That's like helicopter terror. Like, I don't even know if you can get a, I don't even know how the plane would work. Just a little commuter, I imagine. I can't imagine they took their plane.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Anyway,
Okay. I think that's all I have for today.
that's great. I love this. This was fun. Little
Yeah.
memory lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we had other crazy adventures about staying in hotels and just the inner workings of how touring used to be for fans. But we're just kind of mostly talking about what are good tips for today's
Yeah.
or modern travel such.
Oh, and you should look to see if your particular show has a Facebook group.
That's very helpful. But then also get out of that group. Like,
When you're done, get out of it.
don't stay in the group because it's annoying as crap. Yeah. Except
But
though,
people
no,
with
there,
extra tickets, people with tip. I mean, people share this stuff. We used to hold all this information close to our hearts because if you were giving someone else information that you needed, it was less likely that that information was going to help you. Like if you tell people, "Oh, the band's coming back at 3," don't tell people that
no,
because now it's you and 1,000 other people that know
that's a
that.
huge thing. If you know something, keep it to yourself or in your friend group. Like those, if you're looking for tickets or something, that's helpful. But those groups, otherwise, if you post something on there, you're posting it to
You're ruining
everyone,
it for everyone.
everyone. So like we're all friends and stuff, but any little edge that we have in a GA line in terms of meeting the band or whatever, like don't tell people that stuff.
Yeah, share
That
it.
is huge.
Yeah, because like if like we know if someone says, that there is a possibility of doing something, we might go and try and show up then, but very low expectations because we know that everyone else in that group, everyone else is going to be there too. But so we're not getting anything out of it.
Mm-mm.
So just don't tell anyone because we're still not going to get anything out of it.
Right. Right. And I mean, we like notoriously don't tell people what we're in line for because stay out
Right.
of our line.
Now you can Google it, but
You can Google it, but like, I mean, there were times where we were, waiting outside a venue or something for the band, and people walk by and say, "What are you waiting for?" And someone would say, "Oh, we're waiting for Bono," and then 10 more people show up.
people are
So
like,
you
oh, I
don't
guess I'll
tell,
stay then.
yeah, 10 people, like, and immediately, like the crowd just gets bigger and bigger. So when someone walks by and they're like, "What are you waiting for?" Say Uber or say my mom or anything pizza, anything you can think of. Not
Didn't we say like Tina Turner once and then Tina Turner sent us pizza?
yes,
Because it was at a hotel.
that actually happened.
And
It
I think,
was
but
in
I think whoever said it knew she was at the hotel.
yeah. But
I think,
that was not helpful either because then we would have attracted the Tina Turner group.
no, but it was really cute that then Tina Turner sent us pizza.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, but just, whatever you find out, like, I know it sounds nice to help other people, but you're not helping yourself. You're not helping. So keep the
And those
information out.
experiences are really,
No.
really special. And we would love for people to have those experiences that aren't insane.
Yeah. And I mean, there were plenty of times that we showed up at a venue or whatever, and there weren't huge groups of people there. And
Yeah.
like that would never happen now because people have
Everyone's
big
got to
mouths
share
and the
everything. And it
internet.
doesn't,
Yeah.
and if you're like, oh, I just want this disseminate to the masses, I'm like, just don't.
Don't do it. Like this is a huge if you learned anything from this episode, this is it. Shut
An
up.
hour in, it's the big one. We buried the lead.
Shut up. Because, I feel like a lot of people also like brag about this stuff. Oh,
Because they're
I
like, they're in the
know
know and
that.
they're cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that Bono's gonna show up at 5 o'clock, so I'm getting there at 5 o'clock. And like, who told you? For it doesn't matter if Bono himself told you. Don't tell people, especially if Bono himself told you. Don't tell people
Yes. And also take that with a grain of salt. Get there like 3 hours earlier.
because he doesn't know what time it is.
And then he'll show up 3 hours later.
Yeah. Oh, we have a huge thing that we haven't talked about. It's nothing to do with this, but Tildog.
Hold on.
Tildog. We almost ended this episode without talking about it.
Somehow, so if y'all listen to this on Spotify, you can leave comments. That's a relatively new thing on Spotify in the last year or so. And first of all, leave some fucking comments. We want to hear from you. But there
Good
was,
stuff, nice stuff.
yeah, but it kept saying we had a new comment. Like I would click on it and it would just go to like the most recent episode. I'm like, and so then one day I scrolled and I was like, what? This was like 23 episodes ago or something. And someone replied, you have a listener from Tildonk.
The way that came up was during 360 up on the the big round claw screen, it would say what time is it in the world in different parts of the world. And one of the places was Tildonk. And none of us knew where Tildonk was. And so I was like, you guys never tell me where it is because
I mean, for all we knew, it was like Never Neverland.
yeah,
Like, or
I
Atlantis.
I really did think it was in a Baltic country or something. I thought it was like in Estonia or Slovakia or something like that. Like
Yeah.
I was sure of that.
I remember looking and being disappointed, and then I forgot.
Yeah.
But now
Um,
we know.
so then what happened was, go ahead, Jenny, you read the
Oh,
message.
so this person, and I guess let me take a second and get to it. Okay. Oh, it's right here. So it's from, oh my gosh. The episode is from July 29, 2020.
Oh my God.
July 29, 2020. Listener Q&A round two. But a month ago, Jonah messaged us and said, you do have a listener from Tildonk. Greets. Oh, by the way, here's a little bit more about Tildonk. And they sent a link from a company that does um, something to have to do with buildings and stadiums, construction, but it's a climbing system, like the lifts for the 360 stage. Came out of
Yep.
Tildonk, Belgium.
Yeah. So it wasn't just a random place. It actually had,
Yeah, there's YouTube content from there.
yeah. So that was awesome. So
Thanks, Jonah.
yes. So speaking of oddly, Jonah, I'm with my little cousin a lot, a lot. And the other day we decided we were going to go run errands and go to breakfast. And it was great because he's an 11-year-old that's really into his screens and not human interaction. And I'm like, put your phone down, we're going to talk. I gave him a heads up and I'm like, I want to hear like 3 funny things. And he had 3 funny things to tell me by the time we got to the restaurant. And I said, I have a funny thing. Because it was the night that you sent me the email and I found out where Tildonk was. But I told him the whole story about not knowing where Tildonk was and then finding out that it was in Belgium. And the night before, I was looking at the article while I was watching Jeopardy with my parents.
Oh, yeah.
And a question came up that said, but a country in Asia that had 3 consecutive letters in alphabetical order. And there's no way I was going to get that. But I was already looking at my phone. I literally had just hit a map to show me where Tildonk was. And I mean, it said Belgium, but I wanted to get an ID, And I just had my phone and I was just like
scrolling over to
go
Asia.
A little over. Let me just go a little bit east. I'm just gonna scoot a little more east. And I'm like, Afghanistan. And they're like,
that's crazy though.
That smart. I'm not that smart. I would never in a million years have even thought
FGH. Oh my gosh.
FGH. Never in a million years would have.
Even you sent us the question like in ABC order, and then you typed out Afghanistan with the FGH in all caps. And I'm like, what? But ABC. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It even took me a minute looking at it.
So I told my cousin Jonah, I'm like, and so Uncle Bobby and Tante Leslie think I'm a genius. And he's like, I'm like, just shut up.
And now you all have that trivia question.
Yeah. So anyway, it was really funny. So Tildonk saved my butt in Jeopardy the other night.
I wonder how you actually pronounce it.
Tildonk?
I wonder if we're like really Americanizing it like crazy.
We might be. I
wonder if let me see if this will tell me. Tildonk, it thinks. Like Tillamook. Tildonk instead of Tildonk.
Yeah.
That's what Google AI thought.
Well, this was a fun app.
Yeah. If you made it this far, thanks.
Yeah, thank you. I know this
ended up being longer, I think, than we anticipated.
Yeah. But thank you for listening. I hope we were worth your time
and if you have other fun tips or items you pack that you want to share, let us know. And we'll share with the world. Yeah.
So on the next episode of The Garden Tarts, Bono and Buster go to Wee Britain, but then find out it's for British eyes only. British eyes only. And that's that.
That's a real deep cut.
You gotta watch Arrested Development, you guys.
You got to.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. Well, we will see you next week. Until then,
stay cool.
Yep. Be kind, but don't take any shit.
Nope. Unless you deserve it. Because sometimes you just gotta eat shit.
But just be kind, and then you won't have to.
Then you won't have to worry about that. Truth.
Yep. Okay.
See
you next week.
Bye. Bye.
We'll be back next week with more U2ish content.
In the meantime, keep chatting with us on social media at _Garden Tarts.
Sign up for our newsletter at thegardentarts.com and share with your YouTube friends.
You can support us on Patreon, buy me a coffee, and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts.
Kissing Lips and Breaking Hearts, a U2ish podcast with The Garden Tarts, is created, produced, and edited by us, The Garden Tarts.
Intro and outro music by December.
See you next week.